Okay, before I start working out, I wanted to share something with you guys as far as manifestation and manifesting more of what you want in your life and what could possibly be holding you back that you may not be aware of, that is creating a blockage into what you actually are trying to do with your life or create more of, right? Honestly, I think where a lot of people get it wrong, or there's just a misconception, is that you could just speak something into reality and then you just expect it to happen. Okay? And that is mostly what's headlined, but no one's saying what the real work that you have to do on your part is, which is you're gonna have to do what's called shadow work. Okay, you can Google that to know what it means, but basically the short, nice with a bow is basically you're gonna have to clean up your shit. You're gonna have to clean up in like in here and in here. Okay, so for example, let's say you have insecurities and self-doubt, and there's also some like wounds there from probably childhood or some kind of trauma you've probably been through, something that has added to the negative effects psychologically to how you think and feel towards yourself in the world. Okay, those have to get cleaned up. Okay, I'm not saying you have to be a perfect human being, no. All right, don't take it to that extreme, but I'll give you an example of how I did it, right? Because I'm really bad at just making up examples out of thin air. Okay, there was no way I was going to manifest what I have now with the mind that I had in 2012 or 13. There was no way. I knew that I had to change. I knew that something had to change here. I knew that just asking for it or praying for it was not going to be the only thing that was necessary to bring certain things into my reality. Okay, I knew that I was going to have to turn into the person that regularly manifests this in their everyday life. Okay, manifest what I wanted in their everyday life. So what does that mean? It means that I had to do self-work. It means shadow work. Okay, for those of, if anyone started to look it up already, you're seeing what that is. If you haven't yet, then shadow work is basically just working on your wounds. Okay, you're gonna have to basically be okay, like not be okay with, but you just gonna have to find the courage. Okay, it's very uncomfortable, but you're gonna have to find the courage to ask yourself questions. Ask yourself why you feel that way, and not just move in your wounds and in your emotions and react. And that part is so easy. A lot of people do that. I think the really important part is when you're about to react that way, or when you just reacted that way, whichever one you can catch first. Stop, breathe, and ask yourself, why did you react that way? You know, it's okay to question yourself. This is part of the work. Ask yourself, why did you do that way? And how are you feeling? Where are these feelings possibly coming from? And get to the root of it. It's probably rooted in some kind of hurt or trauma from your past that you never dealt with, that now it's naturally coming out of you. And what you're not seeing is that by it doing that, it's trying to ask for your attention. It's trying to come up for healing. But because you're not conscious of it, you just think that, no, this is just the way I am. And this is me just reacting because you did. That's all victim. That's all yelling out for healing. All of it. That's all pure victim. And it's coming up saying, heal me, so that you can be at your most optimal self, so that you can start creating what's actually meant for you. Okay? But until we do that, you can't, because you can't manifest a reality that's up here when you're still operating down here. You got to come up. In order to come up to the reality of being the person you need to, the version of you that you need to be in order to create what you want, you're going to have to come up to that level. How do you come up to that level? Is doing that work. It's very uncomfortable. You're going to cry. You may even cringe, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it to put in the time and the effort to heal yourself. I cannot stress this to you anymore. I had to do it too. I questioned all my thoughts, where they came from, why do they come from there. Once I got to the root, I used neuroplasticity. You can also look into that too if you don't already know what I'm talking about. But I used neuroplasticity. Basically, I rewired my brain to think like who I am today and not who I was when it happened. So I would replay the event in my head because you can't go into the past. So I would replay the event back in my head over and over and over. And then the responses that I would give each time led up to who I am now and what I would have done now. Do you follow me? So I rewired my brain to think towards this event as I am now and not as who I was then, where I didn't know what I know now. Okay? I kept replaying it in my head. And eventually I got to the point where I naturally was just responding to it in who I am now and what I know now. And so I brought it up to date. We're not stuck in the past now. I brought it up to date. And then, now hold on to that. There's another component too. You also got to bring forth your inner child and heal the inner child. Your innermost self, your inner child. You got to heal that. All right. You have to almost like reparent yourself. All right. Remother, refather yourself. The way that you need, it, basically. Okay. So I had to heal the mother wound and the father wound because both of my parents were young. They didn't know what they were doing. They had their own wounds. So I had to heal from that, and then I had to heal and make my inner child feel safe. So I brought her into my current reality. And then now with these two components of my inner child and me doing the work, I was able to be aligned with who I am now. And then now moving forward is not as much work because I'm not trying to also clear out all the rest of the past now because I already did that. Now moving forward is just a matter of keeping this in alignment as you move forward, step by step. Okay? And you'll be able to walk into being the most optimal or most healed version of yourself that is vibrating at a much higher frequency, and now you can actually start to create some magic here. We can actually start to create the life that we want, the life that we deserve. But how do you know you deserve it? Deep down, I don't care what you say. Neither does the universe. If your feelings and energy do not align 100% with what you're saying, you will not bring it into reality. What you will bring into reality is what's interfering with it. So for example, if you want a better marriage and a nice house, hopefully given that you're single, jeez. But say you want a better partner and a home and what? You want a better job. You have to 100% believe that you really undeniably deserve this. And this is really yours and that it's just on the way. Okay? If there's any self-doubt in there, if there's any insecurity towards it, it will be picked up on. You can't hide this. The universe knows you more than you know yourself. So you can't hide this. If that is picked up on in the energy you're emitting, then you're not going to create what you think you're going to create. You're going to create something that just confirms to you how you already feel. You're going to create something that only confirms to you how you already feel. You won't be creating what you think you're creating. You're going to bring more to you that gives you more of a reason to feel insecure, because that's what you created from. You're going to give the universe is going to give back to you what you're giving it. Literally, if I'm giving the universe this glutamine, they're not going to turn around and give me creatine. That's not how this works, okay? Exactly what I gave the universe is exactly what they're going to slide back my way. So if you've got insecurity, self-doubt, and all that in you from not healing yourself, and healing doesn't mean I feel better about it. That's not what healing is. You're going to have to do the work. The work is ugly, but you're going to have to do the work. Okay? A lot of people, majority of people will run from the work. So insecurity, self-doubt, but I want this and I want that, and I think I deserve it, but I also got to bring all this shit and unhealed wounds here. That's exactly what's going to be slid back to you. But in experiences. You're going to have experiences where you think you want it, but you're so insecure that it's just going to reconfirm what you already got. So this is where you got to take a step back from asking and look in the mirror and align yourself so that the next time you pass what you're trying to ask for, it's full of what you actually want to come back. Because literally whatever is in what you're trying to, manifest is literally what's going to come back to you. I'm not talking about you're insecure, you don't do the work, you're insecure, and you have wounds that need healing that you're trying to ignore and slip under the rug just to feel better. But you want the nice house and the successful career and the stable family and relationships. Not going to happen, because that person did the work. You're going to have to align yourself to do the work on yourself in order to rise up to what you want. Dreams are not just going to come at your door. Everything you want in life is not just going to come at your door. All right? You're going to have to do the work in becoming the person, becoming the version of you who can have this in their reality. Shit, you don't think that back in 2009, 10, 11, 12, whatever, that I didn't want what I have now? I always have. But I was not able to manifest it because I was so full of wounds and darkness from what I've been through that I was carrying it like a victim. And that kind of person does not line up with the reality I have now. It does not. There's no healthy, fulfilling relationship that can be had with someone like that. There's always going to be a problem. And there was. So there's no stability like what I have now with the mind that I had of impulsivity back then. I had to discipline myself. I had to sacrifice to be here, to become the person that can manifest what I have. I had to discipline my behavior and heal my wounds to have the healthy relationship that I have now. I'm not saying we're not annoying, but he's my best friend. And that's just life. So I'm annoying too. So you get my drift? You have to become the person that can have that can make it happen. Just asking for shit is not enough. It's not enough. It's time to clean up your shit and become the person that on that level can manifest that consistently to where it is your normal reality. But you gotta do the work. It's gonna take some ugly face crying. So get your tissue. It's going to take a lot of inquiry, self-inquiry. It's going to take a lot of you questioning why you feel the way you feel in the current moment. It's going to take a lot of self-discipline on your emotions and your behavior. It's going to take self-regulation. It's going to take all these things for you to be able to work through your wounds. And hey, I'm going to even be real with you. It's not like when I worked through it perfectly. No, I did not. I had outbursts at times. And I relapsed. Okay? So I'm not encouraging that you relapse. This is not a justification for those of you who struggle with that to relapse. I'm just trying to give you the ugly reality. I'm trying to be 100% honest here about how deep it's going to hit. But then if you keep doing the work and you don't give up, and you keep doing the work, and you keep doing the work, and you keep an open mind and an open heart to new information, new ways of being that are way better than what you're being now, and you play with them and experiment with them and see what works for you, you're going to be well on your way. You're going to be well on your way. So it's not just about what you say. It's about what you do. It's about how you feel. It's about the actual energy that you're putting out. What level is it on? And if it's not at the level that you need it to be for you to get what you want out of life, time to do some work. It's time to do some work. And it's perfectly okay. I even 100% support anyone that's on that path or getting ready to go on that path or has been on that path. And you are going to come out a different person. Just know that. There is no, I'm going to stay the same. No. If you're going in with that mindset, you're not only going to be disappointed, you're going to quit. Know that you're coming out a different person. And protect that. And be okay with that. And be excited about it. Encouraged. Because that's what's going to help pull you through. And not only that, why would you be scared to become or not want to become the best version of you that can create the best version of your life? Why would you go into it not wanting to change? That's what I'm saying. The caterpillar doesn't go into the cocoon hoping he never becomes a butterfly. It's not how, no. The natural process is to go into the darkness of your own cocoon, do the work, and you'll be able to form the wings that you need so when the cocoon finally opens, out you go. You're going to look completely different. I am very different from who I was 7 years ago. Very different. I don't agree with a lot of the things I was doing and thinking and feeling. I don't. But I love her. And she was open-minded at the time to help me get here. Okay? And then I move forward from there. But in order to thrive, you have to heal the inner wounds that are emitting energy, because they are, that are emitting energy that you may not even be conscious of, that are creating things in your reality to perpetuate the same circumstances of your past, to confirm your wound. You're going to have to heal those wounds so that you no longer perpetuate certain things into your reality, and you're going to become a better version of you. Stay open-minded to that. Change is good. If you wanted to stay the same, you wouldn't be complaining about what you're creating. So think about that. All right. If you're cool with how you're creating and reacting to people and this and that, then don't change. But if something in you really wants better, you're going to have to do the work, and it starts in the mirror. No one else. You got to stop blaming other people. That's another thing. The whole victim shit's got to go. Like, blaming people is only going to hold you back, because the only person that actually has the power over your life is you. So The only person that has power over your emotions is you. That you make me shit, throw it away. Throw it away. It's garbage. It's bullshit. It's a lie. No one can make you feel shit. Own your life. Own yourself. Own everything that you've created thus far. Good, bad, ugly, everything. Own it as you did it, because it's true. You did it. All right? And from there, start the healing process. But the healing process does not start if you're blaming Blojo. If you're blaming her, him, this, that, and the third. It does not start there. It starts with, I did that. I did that. I played a role. When your focus is you, I played a role. I played a role. Not, I did it because I did it because she, no. I did it. Leave everyone else out. I did it. That's the first step. All right, my loves. I'm going to go do leg day. I'm going to go smash the shit. Love you guys.